Google SketchUp 2013 tutorial. This is just the last tutorial. You've done everything I told you to. We should have a button like this, but we still want a button like this. But today we're going to turn this not very realistic looking button into this button with around the top, using a new tool called Follow Me, but our name, so we'll just call it Extrude. I think it's a bit silly name, Follow Me. Let's jump right into it. So if we go here into our one that we've made earlier, we can, the first thing we want to do is we want to make a curve, sort of like a cross section, so we're going to extrude around the face. Okay, it sounds a bit complicated, but it's actually quite easy to do. So the first thing is this button, and we can so our lines. And if come to as long as these lines cross, they cross the center. This angle and these two angles is equal. These two, we'll actually always find the center. So that's our center, because these lines are equal, and we're just using the protractor. But we really don't want to care about the protractor right now. So what we're going to do is that we're going to draw a line upwards from this point. So we know we do sort of like an ISO format. So we come up from the intersection upwards, and so now we can go into any direction we want. But we want it to do it so it turns blue and snaps onto the blue axis, which is this thing over here. So when it says all blue axes, then it's going straight vertically up. Now once we've done that, we need to draw another line from here to here to make a right angle, and hopefully you should know what that means. It's a right angle, and we can erase all of these lines except this one. You know what happens if we erase that line. Now, and we know we've got this thing here. Just to make sure we're doing everything right, we need to put another line up here. So we're gonna make it from here. So what we do is we drag it over here, but we don't leave it there. We just put it here, and then we drag it up, and you'll see a black dot with a dotted line. We'll leave until the line's green. It's not quite right. Can you see why? Because it's on the green axis. It's not from a point. So we need to make sure it's from a point and not the green axis. So we put it down here, and then we slowly drag it upwards. We don't want to snap. We want to go upwards from this point. Too hard. And see, the problem is that we're gonna make it without the lines actually bending into 3 dimensions. We just want to make a 2-dimensional face. And this is where it gets a bit difficult. So we have to draw a line from here to here. When we do that, as you notice, if we orbit around, it's just going in that direction. So what we have to do is that we have to orbit around a little. We have to draw a line from here, and drag it upwards until it says we want it to be from the black point. So it's sort of flat. Let me from this point. And that's still not right. So, remember what I said about the protractor? Oh, we're going to use it now. Actually, this is actually a rotating protractor. It doesn't do very many things that are going to help us. So, do we admit defeat? Nope, we can do it without that guiding line. Although it's much easier if we do it with the guiding line. If you can tell me a way on how to get that guiding line working, I'd be greatly appreciated. Oh wait. It seems to just drag it upwards. There. And now if we select it, we can drag it. Drag it. So now we're actually getting somewhere. With this we can move using this tool. And we can move it up so it's from point. And it's about there. That's how you do it. Well done. So you can pat yourself on the back because you've done the hardest part. Now we're going to use this tool, curve tool, to make a curve from here to here. And we just want to make it from here, the intersection, to here. And we just want to make it as high as we can without actually crossing a line like that. So that looks about right. But that line is actually not curving. Because we have to make, another thing is that we have to be very careful what we do of our line, of our curve. Because it can actually be like that, even though from that axis it doesn't look like it. Now from that view, we can successfully make a line. Now we can erase this guiding line, we don't need it anymore. And so now we're going to finally use the new tool I was talking about. Follow me. So it's in Tools, Follow Me. Why don't we just go extrude, and we just click on this face, and we drag it around the entire thing. Circle. You have to be very careful when using this tool, because if you don't do it right, you can get some very weird results. Well, that's none of it. I'll show you what sort of things that can happen. You can get things like that, and then you can get things like that. So definitely, you can get some very weird stuff. But we don't care about the weird stuff. We just draw a line from here to here, and it comes all the way back here. Using extrude. Because what it really does is it just drags the face along the structure. And actually, we need to orbit a bit better to get a better view of this, because this is not working. Tools, Follow Me. One thing that I like about SketchUp 2013 over SketchUp Make is that they actually put Follow Me in the toolbar. I haven't figured out how to put Follow Me in the toolbar yet either, which is annoying, because Follow Me is one of the most important tools that I would use. Okay, and we just make it so it crosses, and you have it. There you have it, a perfect circle-ish. But we just use this line here so we can erase it, the surprise appearance of a line. And now we can just color it using the color tool. Red. Orbit around to check if we painted it all red. And ta-da, we have successfully made a button! You can pat yourself on the back now. You've done some of the most complicated things in the SketchUp, but still very useful. Well, thank you for watching, and if you do have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments, and goodbye.